Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of Wrestle Talk with Bear and B Dub. On this edition of B Dub Starts, as I am reviewing each and every WrestleMania 1 through 26. Now, we go in to WrestleMania 21. WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. Live from Hollywood, California. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first WrestleMania that kicked off hustle, loyalty, and respect. But before we get into that one, starting off, this is the first WrestleMania, if I'm not mistaken, since WrestleMania 1, where the national anthem, or America the Beautiful, was kept in-house. Lillian Garcia led this one off. We have Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero, two great competitors. This one was a friendly rival, and that's what they did. They wrestled. It was a friendly rival. Everybody knows later on it would become an issue. The two would have an issue with each other. But this was a good match. Rey Mysterio, of course, got the better of Eddie Guerrero. Legend versus Legend Killer. Oh, excuse me. This is the first ever Money in the Bank match. It's the first one that started off, will last on for the next 5 years. Of course, Edge will go ahead and win this one and be known as Mr. Money in the Bank all throughout the whole, up until New Year's Revolution that year. But like I said, Legend versus Legend Killer. So now we know that you have the streak going against the Legend Killer. Randy Orton, I remember, had a shirt that had all the legends who he had either kicked, spat on, RKO'd, or whatever. And now the Undertaker was his new goal to take out. And of course, he didn't. Christy Hemme and Trish Stratus. This was interesting because this leader had returned from a neck injury, wasn't ready to compete, and she had trained Christy Hemme to go against her arch rival Trish Stratus. Of course, Trish would escape with the championship. In a promotional match between Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle. Now, Angle is becoming... Now you constantly hear Shawn Michaels being called Mr. WrestleMania. And in this one, you know, although he didn't win, he put on a good performance. Him and Kurt Angle had a great match. And, I mean, they wrestled. This is where you see they wrestled, you know. No other way to put it. How about people remember this one? The Big Show taking on Akibono in a sumo match. Of course, Big Show lost. Like I said, Big Show most of the time loses at WrestleMania. Only won one match, and that was with The Miz last year. JBL and the Royal Rumble winner, the Royal Rumble runner-up winner, John Cena, for the WWE Championship. Now, this match was kind of one-sided. I remember John Cena got the best of him. Then JBL got the best of him for a while. Next thing you know, John Cena turned around. Bam! What was it called? The FU at the time. Current WWE champion. So, this was interesting enough. Batista and Triple H. Those two were going at it. I remember leading up to it. Triple H was, Batista won it. He was a part of Evolution. And he had... excuse me. He had Triple H go ahead and Triple H was telling him, go after JBL, go after the SmackDown champion. We can dominate both shows. Unfortunately for Triple H, that didn't happen. Batista decided he wanted to step out on his own. Him and Triple H really carried the match. I've never been a fan of Batista in the ring as much, but I was happy to see him walk away with the World Heavyweight Championship belt that night. And I remember seeing his DVD, and he indicated that night when he won the title, he had proposed to his wife. So this one was interesting. If you remember, it was the WrestleMania Goes Hollywood theme. And all throughout the show, they did different parodies of different shows. Just to name a couple, movies. They did a Forrest Gump parody, a Pulp Fiction parody, When Harry Met Sally parody, and a Gladiator parody, just to name a few. So I thought that was interesting enough. So it was a true WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. This is really putting WrestleMania on the map. But, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, overall, it was a decent WrestleMania. I mean, I bought the DVD just because, you know, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't nothing to really write home about. So thank you for joining me in this episode of Wrestle Talk with Bear and B-Dub on B-Dub Starts. On the next few episodes, I'm going to close out the shows where I'm going to bring to you my best friend, who I have enjoyed watching WrestleMania 22 up until now. Well, and continuing, I should say, we'll be watching 27 together. Um, I've enjoyed watching with him, and we're gonna give you a perspective from both of our views on the next following WrestleMania 22 to 26. So be sure to let us know what you think. Follow us on Bear B Dub on Twitter, and join us on Wrestle Talk with Bear and B Dub on Facebook. Thank you for joining this episode, and get ready as we go into Chicago for WrestleMania 22.